to me then, I bet they feel me now. Time don't let me lose it. The booth not about to prove it. I set goals and pursue it. You the best to never do it. Invest my money talking fluent, stupid, ducking the Judas. It broke my heart, but over my eyes, you have no honor, I have no choice. Chasing the commas till I'm gone. I've been left for a minute. On my way home, mama, I promise, got caught up in it. Damn. Everybody eats when I'm batting at the plate. First, second, third, home, $1 million base.
Ladies and gentlemen, we back.
China.
Oh wait, that was the wrong soundbite. Hold on, this one.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh yeah, I'm here with Ali Alexander for an exclusive about life with Ye. What up, Ali? Oh wait, hold on. All right, there we go. Now you good. My bad. Your mic was muted. What'd you say?
I said, "What's up, Hotep Jesus? How you doing?"
Okay, that came through, man. Life is good, man. It's good to have you. Shout out to my followers. You put out a tweet the other day saying you were giving out Ye exclusives. My followers tagged me. I said, yo, I'm blocked. You unblocked me. We put all our shit behind us. Here we are having this conversation about life with Ye. Shout out to my followers, by the way, for putting this together. I got some of the best followers on the planet, man. They always tagging me.
It's amazing. You know, when I was kind of exiting campaign work and I was doing more live streaming, you know, my followers were like, we want to pay you. We want to pay you. So they were the people who got me to sign up on Patreon. They were the people who got me the site after Patreon. They were the people who always were pushing me. And, you know, I think that, you know, creative content directors, creative content creators, we may program our audiences, but our audiences program us. And it was amazing because they tag Bryson Gray. Bryson's in there. Boom, give him the first exclusive. They tag you. We actually haven't had beef in years, and we saw each other at the Alex Jones premiere. You're very kind, and you asked how I was doing, and you know, you acknowledged that it was wrong what the government and the big tech platforms had done to me after January 6th, and so I appreciated that. So I was like, you know, this only makes sense, and I think that this is how exclusives are divvied out. You know, in independent media going forward. Like, why go on CNN? We could probably get more viewers with Hotep Jesus.
I wish. I hope. Soon indeed. You know, we got to take down Tim Pool first. Tim Pool kicking everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
Tim Pool got all the views.
All the NPCs.
Yeah, man. Nah, man. I saw you at Alex's premiere. That was Alex's award. That was a great. You know, Chad, if y'all missed it, that was a wonderful event. You were there, Cerno, a bunch of guys. Carpe. You said you had a text message from Carpe. I saw Carpe. Carpe hit me up. He's like, he tagged me. He said he walked up to me with his phone. He says, "Yeah, you got me blocked on Twitter." It's just one big block fest.
Yeah, he said, "Tell that idiot to unblock me. Say those exact words." I said, "To whom?" Hotep. I said, "Did he block you?" He said, way before I got banned. But we hung out in Austin at Alex's thing. I was like, all right, dude.
I thought I unblocked him already.
I guess not.
No?
I guess not.
Tell his peoples to tag my people so I can get them on. Yeah, man. Now I saw Carpe in Texas, man. We had a good time. We cracked a lot of jokes. It was fun, man. It was fun.
He's a good dude. He actually attracts the same energy that he gives. And so, you know, he's friends with hostile people. I'm a hostile person, you know. Yeah. You're a hostile person. He's a hostile person, but you know, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good, man. And I think things are different when you're like face to face with people. You know, when I saw Carpe, it was, you know, which is all jokes. We were fucking half drunk and shit like that. Cracking jokes. So it was a good time, man. And you know, out of love for Alex, you know, he's all of our mutual friends, Alex Jones. So, you know, out of love for him, you know, we should all try to work together. And at the end of the day, we all got a common enemy, you know?
We do. And we're not a part of kind of this controlled opposition complex that's going on where you get paid to not educate your audience. You get paid to not tell them, you know, the truth. And, you know, and I think that's what I'm about in 2023 is like, I don't have past beefs unless people want the beef to continue. And then I've got all the smoke, but for anybody who wants to team up together to fight big tech and centralized platforms and the federal government, we've got to cobble together the dwarfs and the elves and the humans and everybody else in this Lord of the Rings type of fiction world that we're living in now, because people are flopping over dying. The airports are like a Greyhound station. People can't afford eggs. So we've got bigger priorities right now.
I just like to say, for the record and for YouTube, I have no problem with the federal government.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, I thought we was talking about fighting the left.
I got beef. That
I know you do.
Yeah.
You got a personal beef.
Yeah,
so I totally understand that. I don't got one yet, but I'm trying to make sure I never have one.
Yeah.
But you had an interesting opportunity to hang out with Ye. I think the first time most of the people saw you with Ye was at the Alex Jones studio in Austin, Texas. So let's get into it, man. Tell me about the experience. And first of all, tell us, how do you get next to Ye? How did that meeting happen?
Well, Ye's been watching my content since 2017. And there were some people who chose the track that they wanted to make their relationship with Ye public. And then, I have a number of celebrities and other people of influence that have watched my content. And we're watching my live streams because what I was doing on Periscope is I was describing like how the Republican establishment was going to screw the MAGA base. And I found myself somewhere in the middle between kind of like the constitutional conservative Tea Party base and the MAGA base. And, more and more and more as time went on and Trump was getting screwed, I became more MAGA, and I lost nearly all of my Republican colleagues and friends. And I didn't even understand it. I was like, we won. It's a Republican president. He's giving us everything we want. Why aren't we supporting the guy? So that was kind of like my evolution into becoming a live streamer, influencer, or whatever you want to call it. And so anyway, in 2017,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why would you lose your Republican followers for becoming MAGA?
Not Republican followers, other people who worked in the business. And so most Republican operatives hate Trump. And, it is, if you take Trump seriously, if you took the White House seriously, I mean, this is the first time it's ever happened, then you basically are persona non grata. I mean, I'm still on a bunch of listservs where, to be a part of them, you can't really talk about, them. You can't talk about the contents, but like every week it's still an op-ed against Trump and against MAGA and Trumpism and whatever you want to call it. And it was counter-signaling the administration. I've never seen anything like it. I've been in the business for 15 years. And I was like, I thought our job was to win. I thought we represented the voters. But no, most DC, remember, DC Republicans voted 90% against Trump. So, it's just, people don't like Trump if you work professionally for PACs and nonprofits and C4s and stuff like that. And so I found myself without a lot of friends, or I find myself still explaining Trump to people that, I helped create the Tea Party with, or, they held their nose and voted for Mitt Romney. So it blows my mind that we are living in the age that we're living in. But basically, Trump had to create all that from scratch. Like all of what I call you people who like kind of came to prominence, whether you were creating before or not. All of our communities intersected under Trump. It was like that was beautiful and it was necessary because the Republican Party was not there to provide Trump the infrastructure against Mueller. I mean, the Republican Party, we shouldn't have let Donald Trump fire General Flynn. We shouldn't have let him distance himself from Roger Stone. We shouldn't have let him distance himself from Paul Manafort. They took out Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, and General Flynn because they knew how the bureaucracy worked. Steve Bannon and Reince Priebus did not ever work in government. They had no idea how government worked. So they instantly flipped Trump's administration. And then most of my friends were refusing to serve. And so it was, anyway, it changed me forever. So when people act like, oh, Ali's got a chip on his shoulder when he tweets, that's because I burnt down my entire career to support the Republican president. It didn't make sense to me. And so I've just been running since that ever since. But 2017, I'm sitting with Mike Cernovich and a very famous person, and we're just eating ribeyes. And this person's like, I just sent your content to Kanye at the time. And I'm like, who? And he says, Kanye West. And I said, oh, no. He said Kanye. And I said, who? And he said Kanye West, as if there was another Kanye. And I was like, whoa, and I was just like, I should take my content a lot more seriously, and so that was cool. That was the first time I became aware that Ye was watching some of my videos. And then in 2018, I became his first 2 only retweets. And that's basically when he introduced to his fans some of my work, which was analyzing his work. And so those remain some of his only likes. Well, he's banned, but those remain some of his only likes ever. As Ye says, I don't even like likes. But and his first 2 retweets, and it would be like a year or 2 before he ever organically retweeted anybody again. And so that was his introduction to me. And then we didn't get to hang out for a couple of years, but I still kept that pretty private. And I keep most, for how much I talk on Twitter, all the secrets stay private. And then, then it became very important because of what was happening around Ye and some of the people around Ye, that I use my expertise to facilitate Ye's vision. And so, we got together, and he was like, can you come to California? I said, nope. So he came to Austin, and that's basically how that started. We call Alex Jones, we three-way Alex Jones. We're like, we're coming on air tomorrow. Cancel your guest. So, it was wild.
Real quick, chat, if y'all want to ask Ali a question about the whole Ye situation, go ahead, drop those super chats and get the good use. We appreciate you. So Ye, obviously you can't, for obvious reasons, you can't get out to Cali. So he comes to Austin. He says, Alex, cancel your guest. Come there on a plane. Did he set an agenda on the phone, or did you find out about his agenda when he landed?
He said, I'm going to come to Austin. So he's driving in the car with security to go pick up Nick at his hotel, Nick Fuentes. And, Nick Fuentes and I have been, good for a number of years, friends. And even though we have like different audiences, several times when MAGA Inc. came for Nick, I stopped them from canceling Nick. And I'm a big Nick Fuentes fan, to be honest. We don't have the exact same views, but who needs the same views? And so anyway, they're flying. I picked them up at midnight, I think it is, from the airport. And, they're like 6 hours late or something. Whole little another story that happened. They're like 6 hours late. And so we end up going to Waffle House, and that lasts like 5 minutes. I hate Waffle House. And we did that for 5 minutes. We eventually go to the hotel.
Why y'all had to leave Waffle House? Waffle House Wendy was there?
It was just not our scene. There was, just not our scene. And, I'm more of an IHOP guy. But,
okay.
Denny's sometimes, I like Denny's, but I just never liked Waffle House. And I was vindicated once we got in there. Obviously Ye's calling the shots, and then when Ye wants to leave, we leave. And so then we make it to the hotel where he's staying, and we get them checked in. We're hanging out, chilling. Oh, no. Let me reverse. So before they get there, Ye says, so what do you want to do in Austin? I said, well, let's spend the next 72 hours writing out a hypothetical campaign plan. And I'm describing to him what a campaign plan is. And, and I'm also informing him as to what the legal limitations are of what you can say and not say, which is, why, we dance around some of these issues and verbally. And he says, well, what else can we do? And I was like, we can go on Infowars. Now, here's the truth. I'm going to tell everybody. I had already had a private conversation with Alex like a week or two prior. Alex is going to hate me for saying this, but Alex didn't want Ye on air. He wanted Ye to get over some stuff and then come on in the future months. So those two have been talking, and I was aware that they were talking, and I was getting some briefings that they were talking. And, you know, Ye is a high octane genius, and it's very possible for people to mess up their first encounter with him in a way where he don't want to hang out again. Okay. And so Alex Jones is calling me, and I know how abrasive my friend Alex Jones can be and how intense he can be, and then how intense Ye could be. And I was like, man, this is so anyway. So when we call Alex and we're coming on air, Alex is rolling out the red carpet, of course. But I know that Alex is like nervous. He has that nervous, angsty energy. And the thing about Ye, there's something just so spiritually powerful about him, is that whatever your fears are, they will bubble to the surface. You've got to be truthful, transparent, clean when you're around him. And I've seen other people with this gift, just not to the octane level that, you know, it's like zero cap, zero mysticism, new ageism. I'm just saying it is his spiritual gift that he's like this elixir that if you're hiding something, if you're saying something, it's going to come out in front of him. And then because of how playful he is and how culturally relevant he is, a lot of people dismiss his intelligence, you know, not his EQ, his IQ. And the dude is very intelligent, and he is a character unto himself. And then he's observing the character that you're painting, you know? And so anyway, so fast forward, we hang out in the nighttime. It's just so beneficial. And I get a better grasp of how he's dealing with this with God, the calling of service to country from God, and what that looks like, what that
Hold on real quick. I just want to give people the setting in the background. You said you're hanging out. Are y'all still riding around in the car at this point?
Now we're at the hotel.
Oh, you're at the hotel in his room?
Well, yeah, we were hanging out in the lobby, and then we're all hanging out in his room.
Okay, got you. All right,
you know, and it's like 5, 6 of us. And
wow. Is this including like his security, or is this your entourage?
There's no security. There's no security. You know, I provided the on the ground people. It was Nick Fuentes and Ye who got off that airplane.
Wow.
And so then we, you know, we're just chilling and talking about different things, and man, the three of us are just vibing. Like, we are all so three different. We all three have different political beliefs. We all three, you know, Nick and I are both Catholic. Ye is definitely not Catholic. You know, Ye will I tell Ye, you'll flirt with Catholic concepts that you're not even aware of. But then he'll be very not Catholic, I'll just say. I won't say anti-Catholic, but he'll be very not Catholic sometimes. And this is what I like about Ye. He just likes all of Christianity, but he wants to simplify it. And, you know, there's certain reasons why I believe it can't be oversimplified, but not even to get into that. But so anyway, we're talking about tomorrow's appearance. And the first idea he has is, I think I want y'all to tweet from my phone. And I'm like, oh man, you know, and I'm like, selfishly, that's awesome. But as someone who wants to protect him, I'm like, I don't think you should do that. And Ye's like, Ali, you know, I hate handlers. And he's like, I'm going to say this with no disrespect. He's like, I mean it disrespectfully to everyone else, but you're a handler. and like, but he's like, but you know, and then he's like trying to like make sure I don't get mad, but it's like, it's Ye. So it's like, I'm just like, I really don't overread into anything, because it's like, until he says something 3 or 4 times, you know, there's just no point in emotionally investing in a reaction. You know, there's a pro tip for anybody. But so
he calls you a handler.
Yeah.
He says, Ali, you're a handler. And then what happened?
Yeah. So then he's like, you don't need to protect me. is what he's saying. Like let whatever happens, happens. And he's in art mode, and he's in strategist mode, and he wants advice and wise counsel, but he doesn't want a director, and he doesn't want a handler, and he doesn't want a manager. And I thought, okay, cool. And so I'm thinking, I'm going to be tweeting from his phone tomorrow. What do I want that tweet to say? And he's like, do you want to come on air with us? And I said, I don't need to. He said, I think that'd be cool. I'm like, all right, well, why'd you ask me? And but again, he's sussing out intentions. Again, very high IQ. And so anyway, the next morning, I'm just going to fast forward. The next morning, I get to the hotel, and Ye's already in the coffee shop doing business meetings on his cell phone, and the coffee shop girls are like fake being busy, to like hover around, and they're arranging stuff that's already arranged, cleaning stuff that's already clean. And it's all white people, it's all middle-class people, and they're just like waiting to take a picture with him. And so I get there, and we're talking about things, and he sees my cowboy boots. He's like, those are fire. He's like, let's go get some cowboy boots. I was like, we've got to be in the studio in an hour. He's like, no, let's get some cowboy boots. I was like, no, because Alex Jones had called me, and he's like, be at the studio on time, be on the studio on time. I said, I'm not on your payroll, but I'll try to make sure we're in the studio on time, dude. Yeah. And, so Alex has all this angst, mania energy. And then I'm talking to Alex's producers, you know them, I know them, and they're wonderful people. And I have a brotherhood with these people because we went through a lot together, leading up to January 6th, on January 6th, and then the government responds, and even the Sandy Hook stuff that's happening to them, it's like, oh, we're going to get text messages between Ali and Alex, as if there's some smoking gun. There's nothing there. And so it's like I'm very close with all these people. I want all these people to get everything that they want. And that's just the personality that I am. It's like a lot of people think I'm just this like Twitter personality. I'm an operator. I build and scale large organizations, and I phase myself out. And that's what I like doing. It's like I'm half black and half Arab. The wild side of me is the black side of me. The systematized person is the Arab side. And both have to be fulfilled.
God damn, Ali, that's racist as shit.
Goodbye, YouTube channel. But so then, Nick is sleepy, and I'm like, get your butt down here. We got to leave. And like, there's some business stuff that then starts happening, and I won't go into that. And then there's some conversations about the parlor thing. Won't go into that, but yeah.
Wait, you talking about Parler, about the Parler deal, him potentially purchasing that?
Yeah. He wanted to get a perspective on it, and I have a background in technology, and so he wanted some perspective on it, and but it turns out, what was done was already done.
Yeah.
So that's the thing people need to realize is that Ye had already been done with Parler prior to the press release that happened after the Alex Jones interview. I thought that press release was very disrespectful and dishonest. And it hurt my feelings because I thought, why add to the burden of anyone? And a lot of people see celebrities and they think they can take all the burden in the world. And, they can't, we can't, who can't, whatever. No human can. And so I'm getting text messages from people watching. So anyway, as we are pulling out, okay, mind you, I got the driver, I got the car, it's Team Ali. Ye says, Ali, put me on the phone with XYZ. So I put him on the phone with XYZ, which is someone he doesn't know but wants to know. And then he said, Ali, we are going to go get a net. And I said, what? We're going to go get a net. I said, what do you mean a net? And he's like, a net. And I said, where are we going to get a net? And he said, and you're going to figure that out. So we start pulling onto the street. And I said, take us to Academy or Dick's. And so the driver finds us. The driver's a friend of mine, not a professional driver. The driver finds us a Dick's or Academy. I don't even remember which one it was. And we pull in, and Ye's having a business call. And so I'm like, I'm going to take this opportunity to go get the net and not go in with Ye, and then that be a whole thing. So Nick Fuentes, myself, the driver, we get out, we rush in, boom! The door greeter is a fan of Nick Fuentes's. And is like, does not believe that his icon hero just walked into the front door. Meanwhile, doesn't know who I am, so I'm getting pissed. And I'm like, where are the Nets? Where are the Nets? When this guy wants to talk about America First with Nick, which returns tonight on cozy.tv/Nick. And, Nick is always late. So by the time we're done finishing up this interview, that show should be starting with Nick. And Nick is in LA right now, and he's going to be doing a show more regularly. And so we make our way to the Nets. We get 4 Nets. Ye and I have a very deep, spiritual connection where we like some of the same creative stuff. So of course I grab the orange one, and we grab some blue ones, and we grab some other ones, and we check out, we get it in it, we throw it in the trunk without showing Ye what they look like. Because again, I'm trying to get us there on time because Alex Jones is calling me. Where are you?
Where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Plug. So then I was like, all right, we're going to the studio. He's like, no, we're not. And he starts laughing. And I'm like, yay, we got to go to the studio. like 11 to 2 or 11 to 3, whatever it is. He coordinates these breaks with radio. There's 3 to 5 million people listening. Like, come on. And, Ye's like, we're not going. And I'm thinking, like, who's in control? I got the driver. Am I in control, or is Ye in control? Ye's in control. And so then Ye is like, we're going to go get a yoo-hoo. I said, a what who? A yoo-hoo. I was like what? He's like the drink. I was like, chocolate milk? And he said, a yoo-hoo chocolate milk. And I said, Ye, I can have someone bring you a chocolate milk. He's like, I want a yoo-hoo. And I'm thinking, this is some LA stuff going on right now. And I'm just like, what are we doing? And I'm like, is he punishing me? Is he training me? Is he retraining me? Because he will do that. He will do that. A couple of years ago when we were collaborating on some other stuff, he had to retrain the way I presented presentations. And I went from great to greatest. And he will level up anybody and anything. It's amazing. And I was like, he's on the phone. So I take advantage. I said, drive to the studio. And then I call one of the producers. I said, we need a yoo-hoo when we get there. Ye doesn't even know this part of the story. I just realized I'm telling part of the story that I don't want it to be public, but it's too late.
Too late.
So I'm trying.
Exclusive.
Yeah. I'm trying to like trick Ye into the right thing, but well-intentioned. So anyway, we finally get there. Alex is out there. Alex is looking like $1 million. I love that shirt. He's wearing new shoes, new jeans. Alex is ready for a date. I'm like, wow, I've never got this welcome. So anyway, we go in a studio, and we can't decide. Is it going to be 2 in Alex's studio and then 2 in the other studio? But Owen's going to be on. So is it going to be 3 in the other studio? Or is it going to be 3 on the set, 2 in the other studio? Or is it going to be Alex and Ye for an hour and then the rest of us join? So we're trying to figure that out. And then they start miking up Ye, and he starts to see the the nets for the first time. He's like, I want this one. And Nick looks over at me and he said, you called it, Ali. And I said, yeah, I know. And then he says, where's the Yoo-hoo? And I said, oh, it's in the fridge. And he said, Ali, I do not believe you. Where's the Yoo-hoo? I said, I'm going to go get it. So I run out of the studio and I'm like, where's the Yoo-hoo? Because they told me it was there. And it's not here, Ali. It's on its way. And I start yelling. In that security 4A area. I start yelling. And then one producer comes and says, Ali, we need somebody to help us with Ye in studio. I said, I don't work for Ye. I don't work for Alex. I am here to get a Yoo-hoo. Now I'm the biggest champion of getting this dang Yoo-hoo drink. And I'm like, give me the Yoo-hoo. I'm thinking like, where's the gas station? I said, send 6 cars out. First one back gets a reward. Give me a Yoo-hoo. And, so anyway, I'm like, I'm not going in the studio until whatever. So whatever's happening in the studio is like already the angst energy that Alex projects out, and his staff geniusly knows how to absorb. Other people aren't feeling it so much. And then, other people are getting, wired up.
Other people like who?
Just other people on my team and, team proxy Ye.
Okay.
So I've got now like 7 or 8 people in the building, and so then finally the Yoo-hoo comes, and you would think that I was Usain Bolt. I reached in this girl's bag, grabbed the Yoo-hoo. She had all this other stuff that we were going to put in the break room. And I run into the studio with that Yoo-hoo, and I'm like, slow motion, here you go. And Ye said, okay, I'm impressed. He says, I'm impressed. And then he's like, and then we put it there. And then Alex, because I do this a lot too, when I go on Alex in studio, sometimes I put my drink up there. He's like, put it down. So Alex is like, are you going to put these on the table? And then Ye's like, yeah. He's like, well, what is it? He's like, it's a net and it's a Yoo-hoo. And
so Alex doesn't know what's about to happen. Okay.
No. And then Ye is trying to decide, does he want it on the table or off? And he's doing both. Yeah. And then he's changing the set. Ye says, take the Infowars logo off. And he's like, isn't that cleaner? So that's why you saw like just the American flag. So Ye is like directing. Ye's in full creative director mode. Yeah. And the brilliance is just coming out. And but everybody has their own energy. And then like 5 minutes before we go on air, Ye's like, sit down, Nick. And so then it's the 3 of them. And I'm kind of relieved. And I'm thinking, cool. And
because the Yoo-hoo mission is success. So you're like, all right, job done. Got him here. He's in the studio.
My friend's vision. Like, I'm not there to clout chase. I don't make my money from Twitter. I don't make my money from live streaming. I've deplatformed everywhere, but I don't pay my light bill that way. So maybe if I needed to, then I turn that on and I'd have that energy, or I bring an assistant for myself. The way I look at it is I'm here to be Ye's assistant. I'm here to get whatever he needs and to communicate to people what he needs when he needs it. And I'm just helping my friend. I do it to all my friends, by the way. And, when Cernovich would do a Night for Freedom parties, I would end up taking over the front door, or I would end up running security or coordinating with police when other people, Laura Loomer and other people went to events. I'm the guy that coordinated between security, and logistics and stuff like that. So like, I'm usually that guy for other influential people. And again, that's
real quick, shout out to Laura Loomer, my Jubu.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, and she's tearing up Twitter right now. I mean, she's killing it. She's killing it now that she's back.
When has she not? Only time she hasn't torn down Twitter is when she was suspended. And even then, she showed up outside the damn building.
Ain't that the truth? So
yeah.
So okay. So then eventually, I don't know if it was right before we went on air or when we're on air. Ye does the Netanyahu. And it's just like, again, I'm amazed at the genius storytelling, because like phonically, I couldn't hear that. until he does that. And he had played with 2 different voices before he went live, whether he was going to go like deep, nefarious, evil, or whether he was going to go playful, high pitched, and he went for playful, high pitched, you know. And yeah, he's just a genius. And it turned out to be really funny. And so that's kind of the story between the net and the Yoo-hoo. And I told Ye, I said, it's too bad that we left those props at Infowars. Hopefully they're still there and I'll go pick them up. Not the Yoo-hoo, but the nets, because that's a moment in media history. Nobody tuned out that interview. Nobody turned that interview off. I know for a fact that Elon Musk watched that interview.
Hey.
So, which I think got me a little bit in trouble, but you know, it's like everybody watched that interview. There's, you know, the Frost-Nixon interview, you know, where a journalist is interviewing Nixon and Nixon says some really stupid stuff. That wasn't as big as this. This was the biggest media event in history. And I got, you know, 20 or 30 minutes on air because Ye made me go on air, and I was happy to go on air, and I was happy to fight for Ye. But like, because honestly, and again, I'm very close with Alex Jones. He's like my honest friend. I'm not subtweeting him. You know, I care about him and his family. I care about him as a person, as a Christian brother. But like, Alex was the one who kept bringing up the German guy. And Ye was going to respond. And I just think like, what Ye is teaching all of us in this moment is if you just be your authentic self, if you don't have any expectations, if you're not doing something, if you're doing something performative for the good, performative for teaching everyone how to better coexist, that's cool. But if you're doing something so that the media doesn't come after you, or the banks don't come after you, or the supremacists who do happen to be Jewish, there's white supremacists, there's
oh Lord, here we go.
There's blacks that, you know, there's not many black supremacists. Actually, there's black separatists, but you know, I don't want to get into that. But you know, there's Chinese supremacists. But you know, if you're doing something just because you don't want a group,
you left out one group. You left out one group.
What group is that?
The Hotep supremacists.
The Hotep. Yeah, we was kings. We was kings,
man. How you gonna leave us out, man? I'm a Hotep supremacist, goddammit. Shout out to all my Hoteps out there.
And that's the crazy thing is I actually don't think that there's anything wrong with people pride.
Yeah.
With tribal pride.
Yeah.
With, you know, and it's going missed what he's saying. He did not say he hates Jews. He does not.
Mm-hmm.
He simply said tribes, all kinds of tribes, need to be negotiating with each other in good faith. And we need to, you know, it's like the Dwarfs and the elves and the humans. We need to trade the things that we're good at with one another. And we don't need to hurt each other. And where one group feels hurt by another, let's communicate that openly. And it's just going missed, but I understand it. I understand why it's going missed. But the thing is that Alex and everything Alex has been through in the past 2 years, even he got caught up into being a minder, just like Tim Pool.
A what?
You know, Tim Pool, huh?
A minder?
A minder. If there's a matrix, anyone who is minding your business is a minder. And they are in the system to like keep you in a lane. So if your car goes too far out of the lane, a minder will push you back. And all of us can become minders.
So wait a second. Alex Jones is a minder and Tim Pool's a minder?
Well, Tim Pool is always a minder. Okay. But Alex Jones, when he is feeling insecure and vulnerable and that he needs to counter signal someone, which he doesn't do when I'm on air. He doesn't do when you're on air. He did that when Ye was on air because he was so afraid by success. And this is an insecurity that's inside of all of us. And
afraid of success.
Yes. People are not afraid of failure.
Alex Jones was I don't that doesn't compute with me. I don't think he's afraid of success. You got to explain that one to me, cuz to me I feel like he might be afraid of losing some deals because of what Ye might say, right?
But what you know, I mean, the Bible talks about this, you know, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul. So what do you lose? Let me reverse it. What do you lose when you gain the people and you lose the sponsors? He already lost the sponsors. So he's already been deplatformed.
I see what you're saying.
So what people need to understand is, and this is the logic, right? This isn't a paradox. Everyone treats it like it's a paradox. It's not a paradox at all. If Ye is so popular that he is worth deplatforming, then what you do with Ye will be popular.
Say that one more time.
If Ye is so popular that he needs to be deplatformed by Ari Emanuel and the strongest other people in the industry, then you will be popular by standing with Ye. You won't be unpopular by standing with Mr. Popular. His popularity is the threat. Ye's popularity is the threat. Ye's clarity and empathy and love for the Jew and love for the German and love for the Christian and love for everyone else is the threat. The evil guys aren't the threat. Our inability to love is the threat. Our inability to forgive and reconcile is the threat, because it is so powerful. It overcomes evil. You do not beat evil with bullets alone. You know. So that's why, people need to understand, like, the jiu-jitsu of Christ, the jiu-jitsu of Ye, the jiu-jitsu of John the Baptist, and the jiu-jitsu of Paul and Peter and all the apostles who went willingly to their death, except for John. And so people need to realize, it's like, and the Bible talks about this. So it's like, to really live, you have to be willing to die, and that could be metaphorically, that could be, literally, it could be all kinds of things. Okay. That's how God created the universe. So all I'm saying is that Alex, one, I love the interview. I think it was perfect. Everyone thought it was perfect. It got the most views. I saw the Infowars internal chart, the most concurrent viewers they've ever had. So what would you lose, Hotep? What would you lose by having the biggest opportunity of your career? And Alex said that. Alex said, this is going to be the biggest interview I've ever done. And it was. And so what did he have to lose? His rate, or his reputation, or it adds legal liability. And nobody wants Alex to have more legal liability or anything like that. Right. But that comes from a place of fear. If I got on Twitter, when I got my Twitter account back 3 days ago, and I cucked immediately, and I said, I'm so sorry for January 6th. Looking back, I can see how my political words that Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and everybody else used contribute to this. No, it didn't. That's a lie. That is a lie. Okay? So don't lie for Media Matters. Do not lie for Bank of America and Chase Morgan, JP Morgan Chase. Do not lie for Ari Emanuel. Do not lie for the people who want to stick their boot on your neck. Tell the truth, take a punch, and let your brother and sister stand with you. And then we have nothing to fear. We have everything to gain. So, now I'm like over here preaching, but like it did bother me. I was standing behind the camera that the German guy kept coming up and up and up. But watch the interview again. Ye's not the one who brings it up, ever. And so that was a miscalculation. Just like in the Tim Pool situation, Ye drops all these nuggets. I owe the IRS $75 million. They're trying to take away my kids, blah, blah, blah. And Tim Pool never asked a follow-up question to breaking news? Like, what? I thought this was a news format show. Someone's breaking news on your air and you're not going to say, hey, walk us through that. No, because what he wanted to do, he was there to get Ye to eat his own words. That's not right. If you lured me on air to like say, Ali, I want you to address what Media Matters wrote of you. I want you to address what Right Wing Watch said about you. I would close this computer. I'd be like, I'm not here to be policed by you because you're afraid you're going to lose your channel because the minders are controlling you to get to me. And I care enough about you that I wouldn't argue with you. So no. So that's what Ye did. What Ye did by walking out of Tim Pool, in my own estimation, was love. Because what he could have done was gone upside that white boy's head. And we know what's under that beanie. If you've Googled it, you know what kind of, misshapen, caved in egg is under that beanie. So don't get me started, because because I'm just saying this. Tim Pool, Alex Jones, Ali Alexander, Carpe Duncan, Yay, Hotep Jesus, AOC, heaven forbid, but Joe Biden, all of us can go to the promised land together if we can only forgive some of this trauma, the beef that we've had, and say, how do we all stay in our corners and work together, but stay in our corners, but work together? And boom, then we get the promised land.
So I'm sorry to go back to this. Tim Pool is a minder, and in that interview, like you said, Ye did break some news on that, about the IRS, which is absolutely egregious. Us people over here, you know how we feel about the IRS. But you're saying Tim Pool had him on there to make him eat his words? And just real quick, just to clear it up, it's not a news format. Tim Pool's show is definitely not a news format. But I do get what you're saying. Because, yes, if you have breaking news, you might want to get a little bit of grift off that, right? You might want to dive into that a bit more. I know I damn sure would have. But you're saying Tim Pool has always been a minder?
Well, look, it is a news format.
Okay.
It's not an interview format. Remember, he does a whole
yes, you're right.
Right. So it is a news format. So when Tim Pool tries to cope and say, I didn't want to interview him, one, that's a lie. And I know it's a lie from all kinds of public and private things.
Okay.
But then let's just say it is a news format. Well, Ye broke news.
No, you're right. I stand correct. You're right. It's a news format, not an interview format. That's what I meant to say. Thank you.
So the thing is that I'll just tell you, you're kind of familiar. I'm very familiar. There's the occult, and the occult is competing against the church. The dark occult is competing against the church, and they tell us what they believe, usually in fiction novels. So the reason why in X-Men, you see sentinels, those big creatures that shoot things out, Wolverine's always fighting them. And one of the reasons, that Wolverine can fight the sentinels more effectively is because he is more human than everyone else. And they're dealing with archetypes. All of this is archetypical. And then in the Matrix, those sentinels that look like your head and your dreads going through, those are called sentinels. And they too have laser arms that are cutting through metal, the exterior, to get to the interior. So what you will find is that anytime sentinels is mentioned in fiction, these are the things that are that kill the threat. You're the virus. I'm the virus, and they need to kill us. Well, usually on the other side of the sentinel, there's a positive robot or a positive mind reader or mind controller or a medium like the media or a psychic that is a minder. And the minder will keep you on the path. The botanist will make sure you stay out of the grass. And the fact is that Ben Shapiro is controlled opposition.
Oh, my little, hold on now. This shit just got spicy. Whoa, big boss, man.
I don't know nothing about Big Boss, but he looks like Little Ben to me. Little tiny Ben, little tiny Ben balls. But so what I'm saying is but I'm also casting on myself and on you the same indictment of this sin.
Yeah. Where
a lot of us, sometimes we're not trying to be tactically optimal. We are afraid of the enemy, and so we cave to the enemy. If you cave to the enemy, you let him in. And Christ talks about this. And all the prophets talk about this.
I struggle with this. This is why I'm glad we're having this conversation, because I struggle with this. You're saying we're not being tactically optimal, we're being scared?
Yes.
There's not a time to be tactically optimal?
No. We want to be tactically optimal. So if I, for example, if you, before I came on air, said, Ali, I know that you're the steel guy, but don't mention it on my program, there's a case that is tactically optimal.
Okay.
But there'd be a case that you're minding me. We didn't have a conversation about what I could talk about or not talk about or say or not say.
Talking about Juneteenth.
Huh?
Juneteenth. That's what we call it on this channel. We call it
Oh,
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. That's cool. That's awesome. You're very.
Like black folks, we got Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, yeah, I like that.
So white folks, this is Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. I'm gonna have to steal that. But if you do it out of a place of fear,
okay,
then Yoda and Jesus and Ye have already taught us that will lead to frustration, anger, and then hate.
Okay,
and then murder.
Mm.
And Ye talked about this in 2018. He said, what? There's fear and there's love. He didn't say there's hate and love. There's fear and there's love. And people need to, I'm dropping some secret knowledge here, but people need to understand that when you hear a person talk about fear and love instead of hate and love, they are levels up above you in what they've studied in the ancient texts. And they're really just trying to inform you why Lucifer fell from heaven and why Adam co-signed Eve's sin, or why, because they weren't kicked out of the garden because of Eve, they were kicked out because of Adam. And so there's a lot going on that people need to understand. They think it's a bunch of stories. It's not. It's literally the code of the universe. And there's a code of the universe, and then there's the matrix layered on top of it. And so there's dominion. That's the matrix. And then there's where God desires us, and that's the garden. That's the promised land. That's, all kinds of other things that we talk about. And our job since Christ is to bring the kingdom of God down to earth, and that thins the veil, splits the veil. All kinds of metaphors are used for this. So what I'm here to tell you is that if you tell me what to do because you're afraid to lose something, then you're not my brother. You're not interested in truth. You're lukewarm. You're going to hell. If you are, let's Ali strategically set ourselves up for this conversation, that's tactically optimal. But to take something off the table, which will properly divide, that's a sin. It is a sin. And it separates us from God. It separates us from truth. It separates us from our own identity. And so we just got to walk bravely.
So,
yeah.
So let me ask you this. There are certain words that trigger the YouTube algorithm. If we come up with our own words to dodge the algorithm, is that tactically optimal or is that fear?
In my opinion, it's tactically optimal.
Okay.
But what's also tactically optimal is to say that this medium could never set us free. So I need to collect email addresses. Right. I need to collect text messages. I need to, use this as a click funnel, as right. a lead generation program. And so, no, you cannot go to heaven on a life raft issued to you by JP Morgan Chase. You can't. You cannot go to heaven on the back of a camel, because it is easier to thread a camel through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go to heaven. So no, your Bentley and your Lamborghini and your title with the Republican Party will not get you to heaven. Burning yourself, burning everything, being humiliated for the right reasons and not the wrong reasons are what get you to heaven.
I want to touch on something you just said. Ladies and gentlemen.
This turned into a metaphysics stream. Crazy.
Which is good. That's good. I'm glad we got here. HotepJesus.com. I need everybody to get on my email list. He just told you why. YouTube's not going to save us. HotepJesus.com.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I need you to go there and subscribe to my email list. That's the best way to stay in contact with me. That's how we communicate directly without these big tech mediums. You're absolutely right, Ali. You check my Twitter channel, same thing. I got a subscription link in the thing. I don't want you to subscribe. I don't send people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I send them to subscribe directly to me. You're absolutely right. D Silvera with a $1.99 super check. Ali.
I got wealthy people who follow me around.
Damn. Appreciate you, D. He said, yo, love the whole Hotep crew. Pay the bills, fam. Hey, man, that's going to take care of some bills right there. That take care of the light bill right there, man. Appreciate you. Dingus Khan, what level of brain power is required to become a time traveler with your mind? Brody McFarland, Hotep and Build is the way. Hotep and Build is the way. You're absolutely right. Satoshi Guakamoto said, I like that name. Yay on AJ was performance art, and I loved every minute of it. I feel in my heart that he is destined for greatness. Yay 24. I had a before I read this last super chat here, I had a conversation with Mike Rashid on his channel, a new interview, just hit the net, and we got to talking about Jordan Peterson. And I said, and I want to know if you agree with me on this. Do you agree that Ye is a bigger genius than Jordan Peterson?
Oh yeah.
I thought he was like miles like beyond Jordan Peterson.
Not even a question. Not even a question.
Yeah.
Not even a question, really. And that last comment, like, Ye's not destined for greatness. He is living greatness.
Right.
His whole history is greatness. He has present greatness. And where he's taking us is that we all have greatness. I just want to stress this again. When it sounds like someone's going to invariably say, Ali attacked Tim Pool and Ali attacked Ben Shapiro. No, I didn't. I called them to their better selves. And I said that I possess the same sin as they do. And y'all heard that Hotep Jesus said that he possesses the same, sometimes pattern behavior. But the fact is that we're talking about quantities then. So Ben Shapiro is doing this 99% of the time. Ali is not doing that thing remotely close to that. I'm doing this 2% of the time. And what did it cost me? Everything. You know, there are other people who haven't had to pay everything, but they're doing it 10% of the time or 20% of the time. I'm thinking of like awesome people like Samantha, what's her last name, out of Hawaii, brilliant. You know, Melissa Tate, brilliant. There's a lot of like strong Black females who talk the truth, get slightly punished for it, not as punished as we get for it, but you know, and they're also called to a different role than men. But like, that's what I'm just saying is like, it does cost you something to get to heaven because this place is wicked. So everything that you're burning off are things that bind you to your temptation, whether that's pornography, whether that's greed, whether that's the love of money, whether that's cheating on your spouse, that cheating or not, you know, doing all kinds of other things, lying. So what we all got to do is say, oh, I see the Ben Shapiro in me. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Well, I'm trying to see how much of Big Boss Ben I got in me. Because you know this whole minder thing, right? Like I don't think I've ever had somebody come on a platform and I'm like, yo, you know, don't do this, don't do that. I can't recall the time I've ever done that. So I think I'm safe on that regard. Is there any other way one could be a minder? I think, could one mind themselves?
Yeah.
I think I might be a self-minder.
You know, one thing I will say, and you know, we're on Hotep Jesus, and this is how God is lining up all these interviews that I'm going to do to help lift other people up. I'm the most deplatformed person in the world. And I'm lifting people up. How is that possible? How is that possible? I only have Twitter. That's the only mainstream site I have, twitter.com/ALI. I don't have anything. I don't have Venmo, PayPal, Padia, Patreon, Instagram, Facebook.
Why you don't got none of those?
After Jan-teenth.
You can't use Venmo?
No, bro. I'm literally more deplatformed than Alex Jones or Nick Fuentes. The most deplatformed person. And I didn't do anything wrong. That's the crazy thing. So what I'm saying is that
you're able to uplift others. You did Rice and Gray yesterday. You're here uplifting my channel. Appreciate it.
And people are going to write this up, Media Matters and Right Wing Watch. What I take my enemy and I make them my amplifier. And what are they going to say? Ali was a crazy one. Hotep Jesus was the reasonable one. That's what they're going to say. And that makes me happy.
No, they're not going to say that. They're not going to say. They're not going to say that. They Right Wing Watch and Media Matters. Can y'all just leave me alone, please?
See, now you're minding. You're minding.
I'm minding them. Am I minding them or am I minding myself? Who am I minding at this point? Can you leave me alone? Stop.
And that's why Paul even writes in the Bible that it is better to be single in the ministry, because I know you got a kid or maybe kids. Yeah. You know. It's like, so that factors into a lot of decisions. When people start you know,
I can't move
whatever.
like a dude with no kids. I got a family to worry about. Like, you know, they gonna inherit their daddy's sins.
Yeah. And so this is the thing that Ye and I've talked about is that, and again, some people might not like to hear this, but it's the truth, that like black people and black men, American blacks, not Africans, we suffer in a way that the conservative movement doesn't like to acknowledge, but that the liberal movement exaggerates. And so it is easier for us to burn ourselves in public because it's been happening since we were kids. So it is easier for us to be brash and bold, and society accepts that we're brash and we're bold. They're just complaining. We fit the archetype of an angry black man. So if we can take that archetype and John the Baptist it, the world is our oyster.
What does that mean that John the Baptist is? I don't follow the Bible.
John the Baptist wasn't, a lot of Jews thought that John the Baptist was the Messiah.
Okay.
And he was aggressive. He would yell.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He wore camel hair. He ate locusts, went in the desert. This guy was hardcore. Okay. And he was Jesus' cousin. And he said, I'm not he. I precede he who is to come. And you know, they killed him towards the early part of Jesus' ministry. And because he was such a rabble rouser. Well, Jesus, who was more peaceful and more tolerant in his speech, was killed worse. So the lesson is that the vibe, the tone, the volume of your voice, it does not matter. We are all called to different positions, different risk profiles, different messages, and you will serve God or you will serve Satan. And you cannot serve two masters. And here on earth, Muslim, Jew, Buddhist, Chinese, black, gay, straight, woman, man, you know, you will serve God or you will serve Satan. And if you're busy minding, you're more inclined to serve Satan. Okay.
I want to round this conversation out with a little bit of add some conclusion to the Ye situation. What's next? The next chapter of Ye. I know we had some news today breaking. He's got a new woman in his life. Married, maybe not married. I don't know. But what is going on with?
They're married.
Oh, they are. That's true. Okay. Congratulations, Ye, on the marriage. Wonderful.
They're in love, and I'm so surprised it took everybody forever to figure it out.
Really?
Because that man and Bianca, they've been walking around with wedding rings, and they've been in public. All the news you read about Ye in the mainstream media is fake. All of it. Not only was he not missing, he wasn't staying home. So it's just, you know, people are wild. We can't believe the fake news.
I heard from some people, they said, and Benjamin said he was in Africa. He was right there
in Ghana.
He was right there in LA.
Yeah, I mean, he also went some other places, but
right.
You know, no.
Oh wow.
And there's some reasons why even some people think what they think, but I'm not going to get into. This is what I tell people. I don't speak for Ye. Ye speaks for Ye. I don't tell Ye's business. Ye tells Ye's business. And I never want to be in a position where I'm even lured by him to speak for him. I can speak to my understanding of events and my understanding of whatever. And what you will find is I'm a very prudent person. I don't speak without knowing. And, you know.
Well, what I'm concerned with is the campaign. And his relationship with you going forward, his relationship with Milo, Nick, and all of that stuff moving into 2024. Where are we with that?
Well, I would say that for legal reasons, I need to say there is no campaign. Okay. When Ye is prayerfully considering what God wants of him, and as a religious man and or a spiritual man, not a religious man, a Christ-oriented man, he's got to get an answer from God before he does anything that would trigger a Federal Elections Commission filing. So I would say the best is yet to Ye. And I'm very excited about 2023. I'm very excited about 2024. And I'm very excited about conversations that have already taken place and are taking place and taking place tonight. So I'll tell you this, in order for someone like Ye to win, they need more than a campaign. They need a whole ecosystem. And I'm very pleased to see an ecosystem forming. I'm watching websites pop up. I'm watching Ye influencers. The bad ones fall to leads. Other ones get bigger. I'm watching new news websites pop up that are very credible about Ye. Students for Ye popping up, over 1,000 students self-organizing. A girl wrote about Ye at Tulane University. They blasted out her piece. They're sending her off campus for 3 weeks. I just heard this story today. Tulane University can't protect its Asian female student from a certain other race that wants to beat her up and commit violence against her.
What?
We got all. So I'm just telling you.
Wait, whoa! You can't just gloss over a story like that. What's happening now?
Look it up. Go to collegedissident.com right now.
College.
They got the story.
Dissident.com.
And that first story, breaking.
Tulane University tells student she's unsafe, should leave the campus for defending Ye. What?
This is what crazy. This publication launched 2 days ago. It's not even like a Ye only publication. This publication was created because the conservative website Campus Reform fired its Ye contributors. So anybody who's pro Ye, 3 of them have gotten fired, contracts terminated.
Really?
So I just want people to know, I'm the guy who created 500 peaceful rallies across 62 days. If you think that, oh, there's going to be some normal campaign, boy, it's like, come on. Tea Party, blank the steel, and then 2023. It's on like Donkey Kong. America will submit to the will of the people and to Christ, or it shall cease to exist. That's not a threat for me. I'm just saying you can't govern a republic without the will of the people and without God. And people like Sarah Ma, who's an Asian student being attacked, and people like Daniel Schmidt, who has to create this site so that his friends have an outlet in right-wing politics to write about cancel culture and woke politics and all kinds of issues that have nothing to do with Ye. Folks, you can't go around canceling people anymore. We're done. The canceled have teamed up. It's a Lord of the Rings thing. I'm going to be an elf or a wizard. I like those characters. And there's all kinds of other characters that people can be. And we are going to march this to Mordor, and we're going to win.
Yeah, I'm going to have to dive into this story. This is wild, man.
Let me know. I'll get these people booked on your air or whatever. These people contact me with their stories. They're like, Ollie, what can we do? I said, we can stand together. I'll amplify you. Tell your story. Tell the truth. People telling this girl, don't tell anybody what happened. Tulane University blasted out an email to 100% of its students and faculty saying, we don't endorse hate. We don't support whatever. And she didn't say nothing hateful. Yeah. She just said why she supports Ye as an Asian woman.
The tolerant
she's got
left.
Emails of death threats.
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
And in public comments, they're death threatening her too.
Shit. Yeah, I see it's a sorority or one of them fraternities or something like that. Alpha Kappa or something. Man, yeah, I'm gonna have to dive into that story. I would love to host that conversation if you wanted to facilitate it. No problem.
Yeah, I'll facilitate it.
Damn. Okay. Ye music. We getting some? Is there an album on the way?
I would say that what I've heard is very good. Very, very good.
Really? I'm a bit concerned about the accessibility of the album. Will he be able to release it on Apple and Spotify and all these things, or will we have to, get it on Napster or some shit?
He's doing a bunch of things where he's figuring out how he wants to do distribution.
Okay. All right. Distribution's always been a huge problem in the recording industry. And now it's even more
He's got to
centralized.
change it. He has to be the one to change it. And he's talked about it for years, and he's tried some things with people who have burnt him. And I'm telling you, Ye's the nice guy. I'm the mean guy. And these people who abuse Ye and abuse the truth and abuse people they think are weak or in a vulnerable position, I'm coming for them. And I watched someone take advantage of Ye and the distribution and all this other stuff, and you know, that person's time in the hopper's coming.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Hold on now. You talking spicy on my channel, man. Now I got to start minding you. Hey, man, with the $50 super chat. Oh, man. I appreciate you. Hoteps, Ye, Ali, Nick, AJ, Trump. I did not expect this timeline, but loving every minute. Watching people operate through love instead of fear is inspiring. What happened?
Yep.
Melinda says, what up, Melinda? Melinda was at HotepCon. Make sure y'all get ready to get your tickets to HotepCon. I'm going on sale as soon as the Grifties is here. Grifties is coming out soon. I'm going to see Ali's favorite guy as well. On the 25th, we're going to see Tim Pool. You know what I'm saying? Melinda Sis says, I love Ali since Covington Kids. I love HJ from episode 52. So glad to see this convo. Appreciate you. PNW American. What up? What up? Thank you for supporting the channel. Joker, he said, when is the Ye and Hotep collab? Oh, man. That might be too spicy for the world. That's a little too much genius in one room. Hey, Right Wing Watch really gonna be on my ass then. Hey, man, wonderful conversation, man. I appreciate you for coming on and giving us the exclusive and inside look. And you speak to Ye, tell him, you know, the Hotep community loves Ye, and he's always got support over here, man.
We need, you know, there needs to be an organic Hotep for Ye group that starts itself and says, hey, Ali, we got 50 to 100 emails and supporters, and you know, if there is a campaign, plug and chug us, because that's what I tell people. Like, you know, we get the candidates that we ask for, and so students, Catholics, Jews, Hoteps, self-organized, film producers, film directors, editors, graphic artists, team up together. Don't wait for Ye. Don't wait for God. If it's been laid on your heart, God's already untold you it's you. So I would love to see a Hotep for Ye group pop up, collect information, appoint one leader to protect that information, and then say, you know, if a campaign pops up, we're there, because that's what it's going to take to leverage in and to win. In my opinion,
I gotta put the poll up. Hoteps for Ye or nay, and obviously we gotta spell Ye a certain way. How y'all feel about that, chat? Before we get out of here, I want to see these poll numbers. How y'all feel about a Hoteps for Ye campaign, little group? We're gonna need somebody to head that up, run it up. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Hotep voted for Ye.
Nice. I love Uncle Hotep. See, when I didn't like you, I liked him.
Yo, that's how it always fucking happens. Everybody fucks with Uncle Hotep, and I'm always the last one to get love, man. Fuck Uncle Hotep. I didn't vote last election. I haven't voted in a very long time, but Uncle Hotep voted for Ye. He was I want to say he got a Ye 2024, a Ye 24. No, the last hat I believe he got, if there was one.
I mean, this is the 2020 hat. I'm gonna put some tape over it, but this is the 2020 hat.
Okay.
And I think there might have been another one too. But here's what I want to say too: if anybody wants to support my legal defense fund, because Biden, Pelosi, and the rest of them came after me, go to givesendgo.com/Ali Alexander. All of that money goes to my lawyer, as disclosed. None of it touches my bank account or anything like that. But now that I'm re-platforming myself, I love talking about other things. I don't really like talking about the past. I'm done with it. I'm really just like over it. what happened to me for 2 years is the worst thing that's ever happened. But God broke me down in such a way where it's like I was so popular, and then I was so missing, and people forgot that they missed me. And now it's so much love being back that I want to share it with everyone. So I'm doing exclusive interviews like this. But if people want to keep me focused on this type of stuff and not the legal defense and not raising money for my legal defense, and giftsandgo.com/Ollie Alexander. And I appreciate the opportunity to come on your air.
Uncle Hotep in the chat. Oh yeah, he said he wrote in yay. My bad, I stand corrected. Uncle Hotep said he wrote in yay in 2020. That's correct. Yeah.
They had a lot of Ye was taken advantage of by a lot of consultants in 2020. And so he didn't make the ballot everywhere he could have. And so a lot of people had to end up writing him in.
Yeah. Ali's Twitter channel is in the description box below. So make sure y'all go follow him on Twitter. What do you say? Gifts and Go what?
Gifts and Go /Ollie Alexander.
Ollie Alexander. Okay. Awesome. Yep. Wonderful. Sunclear, thank you. Said, hey Ali. Did you see that? You see that one? I don't want to say it because it might be a little spicy.
No, I don't want no spice.
All right. Conspiracy of everything. Great energy and great interview. I was feeling a bit down after being called a darky slave this week, but this interview put me in a great mood before the weekend. Love yay. Love y'all and God bless. Insurgent Honor, he said, ask Ali if he can give a one-on-one class on time travel. The world needs more of that level of awareness.
Oh, sevens.
We got 84% in the poll to say they want a Hoteps for Yay campaign, man.
Whoa.
Hoteps for Yay group.
I thought it'd be close. I'm pleasantly surprised.
I thought it was gonna be closer than that too. We got 83% in here. God damn. We're gonna have to appoint a president of Hoteps for Yay. Shout out Mo Fax in the house. We're gonna have to appoint a president. We might even have to have our own elections to find out who the president of that gonna be. But salute to y'all. Wonderful conversation. We got off topic, on topic, but all the topics we covered tonight were very important, very powerful. It held a lot of gravity. So appreciate the viewers. Without y'all, there is no us. So thank you. And I'm gonna have this conversation up on Apple, Spotify, etc., the audio version at some point. So make sure y'all go subscribe over there. I'm Hotep Jesus. And don't forget, get your focus up. I don't think I got my bottles is right here. Hold on. TryMasterFocus.com. If you come from here, you get a discount on the membership, on a subscription. Right there. You get a subscription discount. All you have to do is after you get a subscriptions only. I can't change the price on single bottles. But if you get a subscription, I will adjust your subscription price. Take it like $20 off that, whatever it is. But I will reduce your subscription starting today. All you got to do is say, hey, I watch you on YouTube. After you get your subscription, just send me an email. I'll reduce that. This is my potent, not so secret recipe of herbal remedy to create focus, concentration, memory, flow. The biggest benefit for me is it just puts me in a great mood. And a lot of times that's what you really need to grind out and get your work done, is to just be in a good mood. So the fact that, it does that for me is a big thing, because at one point in my life, some mornings I was just waking up like, why am I even alive? So with this, it's helped tremendously. So that's TryMasterFocus.com. Like I said, email me after you get your subscription. I'll go ahead and reduce that price for you. I'm out of here, man. Hotep and Bill.
Didn't listen to me then. I bet they feel me now. Don't let me lose it. The booth not about to prove it. I set goals and pursue it. You the best to never do it. Invest my money talking fluent, stupid, ducking the Judas. It broke my heart, but over my eyes, you have no honor, I have no choice. Chasing the commas till I'm gone. I've been left for a minute. On my way home, mama, I promise, got caught up in it. Damn. Everybody eats when I'm batting at the plate. First, second, third, home, $1 million